I had been working in retail sales as a sales manager for 5 years, and a agent actually kept coming to my store and buying beds.
Okay.
And every time I would sell him a bed, he was like, you're really good. You should really consider real estate. And I was like, I make good money. I'm happy. I have all these stores. I'm good. But he kept coming back, and he kept coming back. And finally I was like, fine, I'll have an appointment with you. So we sat down and he recruited me. And I thought, the more I thought about it, and the more that he kind of gave me his value proposition on why I should be in real estate and why I should join his team, the more I was like, this just makes sense. So I went to my sister and I said, hey girl, we should quit our jobs and go do real estate. And she was like, what? I just moved to Jacksonville. Like, you just got me out here. I have this job. She was fresh out of college. So I just got this job, and now you want me to quit this job and go into real estate? Like, yeah. So she thought about it. She was like, okay, let's do it. So we did. We quit our jobs. I did take a week vacation to actually get the real estate license.
And you had so you took and you guys sat through the class together, did the whole thing together?
No, not together. So
Okay.
we took our vacation separately. I took a week off of my then job, and I knocked the course out in 1 week.
Okay.
And I passed the exam on the first go round, and I made as much commission as I could in my former job. And then we quit and went on a 3-week vacation to Europe because I didn't know.
Wow, yeah, you got to get a right. That's right. You need a buffer.
Yeah, exactly. So we came back renewed, and then we dove in.
That's awesome. That's an awesome story. So before we get to kind of where you are now, what was your first year like in real estate? You guys sold like $100 million worth of business, right?
Of course. No. Oh my gosh. It was ridiculous. So I got lucky and unlucky at the same time. I started buying Zillow leads.
Okay.
And so my first lead was a guy that had bought a bunch of tax deed lien properties in Duval. And they lived in Texas. They had never been to Jacksonville. He was like, hey, I want to sell all of these. So he gave me 6 listings. And I was like, whoa, I'm so excited. I didn't even have lock boxes.
Right. Wow. 6 listings off Zillow.
Yeah. Well, they were awful. They're in some seedy areas. I was like, I'm pretty sure like a murder maybe happened in one of these. Like, they were bad. They were bad. There was like hoarders. There was a lot of stuff going on. But it was a very immersive way to discover real estate. So I learned about the investment side of real estate first before I got into more traditional residential sales. My first year, I was all over the place. I had no idea what I was doing. I was faking it till I made it, and yeah.
Did you sell the listings?
Oh yeah, I sold
Okay, well, hey,
all 6.
okay, there. So you mission accomplished.
Yeah, exactly.
You did the job.
Exactly.
Right. Your lead source worked.
It did.
Came through for you.
It did.
Okay, good stuff. So then, and your sister, she's also in production with you?
Yes.
Okay.
My sister's the brains behind the operation. She makes sure that she helped us actually learn from our mistakes, or my mistakes, and systemized our process so that we could take on more listings at one time, because I literally was like a headless chicken. I had no idea what to do. It was a mess. So
okay,
so
but she ties it together.
Right.
You create the relationships.
Exactly.
So you do well, I guess, working with buyers, showing houses, getting that done. Or do you prefer the listing side?
I prefer the listing side. My sister is fantastic with buyers. A lot of our business now is relocation. Florida's a hot market for relocation.
Okay.
So we have our own website, and we do leads with Google and Facebook, and she's killer over the phone. She's got the smooth phone voice, so that's kind of interesting.
And then you show up and finish.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. So you guys are growing team. Where do you? So I guess that was your first year. You're taking these listings from a guy that has never probably even been to the house.
Right.
And then now, what does your business look like last year?
Last year we did pretty well. We did $14 million in volume.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you how many units it was. But
Your sister could.
yeah, she could.
Right.
She could. My sister could. But most of it is residential sales now. We're trying to creep our way into the luxury market. It's slow coming, but it's happening. Average price points of Jacksonville and Duval and St. Johns County have gone up, so we're riding that wave.
Right, you're almost right. You're almost by doing nothing. You're already luxury.
Just by the nature of the market, we're going to be in luxury very soon.
Right, that's right. Where do you see your business growing? I mean, what is your goal, I guess, with your team?
So we would like to bring on more agents. I'd like to be more in a management and training role, because that's the role I had been previously in my other sales career. And I enjoy doing that. I enjoy teaching other people and giving them the tools in order to be empowered and have their own business. And I would like to actually get back to my home market, which is Miami. I'm from Miami. I just had my first closing for Miami today.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh wow, good stuff.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
you're making money even while you're here.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Good stuff.
And I got one under contract yesterday. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a good time. But I would like to be able to expand our business to South Florida and kind of take over in that market as well. And then maybe in 7 to 10 years, we can pack it up, let somebody else take this on, and I can go and pursue my next passion.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. What now? So what do you like to do outside of? I mean, we know real estate's a full-time job. What do you like to do outside of that?
Outside of that, just generally, I love to travel. I plan international trips for me and 7 to 8 of my closest friends every 2 years. So I mentioned we went to Europe for 3 weeks. I planned that trip. So Amsterdam, Germany, Prague, Budapest, Athens, Mykonos, and Santorini. That was that trip. I've gone to Indonesia. I've gone to Costa Rica quite a few times. I've been to France many times, London, South America. I love to travel. So if I'm not selling real estate, I'm planning a trip to go somewhere.
Okay, and spend some time outside. Right?
Exactly. And when I'm in the States and I'm at home, I hang out with my husband and my dog. I like to try new places. I love to support local businesses. So I'm always, checking out the new spots and critiquing them. And coming from Miami, where it's a cultural hub as far as I'm concerned for food, I'm trying to see some of that grow in Northeast Florida, where we're starting to see the beginnings of some more cultural,
some more diversity.
Yeah, some more diversity. So I'm excited about that, but that's what I like to do.
Okay,
Yeah.
good stuff. Good stuff. So I'm sure, with being in business for 7 years, and even though you came out the gate with 6 listings, I'm sure in 1 month, right, with 1 lead, I'm sure you weren't getting 6 listings every month.
No.
So
No.
what was, I guess, have there ever been times, I guess, during this 7-year journey that you've been on where you thought maybe this wasn't for you, or?
Oh yeah. I've had lots of lulls in my business, and I can see now that there's a direct correlation with my lack of consistency during that time. But when you're in it, you're just like, gosh, I'm calling these people, and 8 other people have called them, and they're hanging up the phone on me, or if you're door knocking, then people yelling to get off their property.
Right. Yep. That's right.
Yeah, I've seen quite a bit of tough in my career so far, but I think I've persevered, so that's why I'm still here, right?
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
And so you push through. So I mean, and a lot of times that big increase in business happens right after the time when we were maybe just about to quit, or just about to give up, or just about to significantly slow off. Because it's like once you slow off a little bit, it's easy to slow off a middle, then it's easy to slow off a lot, then it's easy to stop.
Yes.
So you have to keep
grinding,
keep pushing through. And
absolutely.
And so now, at what point, I guess, did you realize in your career that, you know what, this is for me, and we've pushed through, and we're growing. Your team is growing. I mean, what was that? What would you say was that turning point where you realized that everything is actually going to work out?
I would say, honestly, probably 2.5 years ago, during the summer, I had picked up a part-time job because I was like, I don't know, I have bills coming up. I was engaged. I was going to get married. I was getting ready to get married. I was like, I need to pay for this.
Right.
And I don't want to go into
Somebody got to pay for it.
Right. I don't want to go into debt to do it. And I watched different coaches on YouTube, and I have a business development coach now. But I just looked at myself in the mirror, and I talked to my sister about it too. And I was like, I'm just going to give it my all every day for 30 days to see how, I'm going to do it the way I'm supposed to be doing it instead of giving myself excuses. Because I think, when you're going through the motions and you're not getting immediate results, it's easy to make excuses. And like you said, kind of slough, stop. So I gave myself 30 days, and I was tired of my part-time job. I was like, I said I was never doing this crap again, and here I am doing it again.
Back again.
Exactly. So I gave myself the 30 days, and I really pushed. I was making phone calls, getting myself in really uncomfortable situations, I guess, that I kind of shied away from because I didn't want to be uncomfortable. So I kind of leaned into that discomfort, and that's when things started to kind of click for me mentally. I think a level of maturity happened at that point for me too. So I think it was a culmination of a few things.
Yeah. So the maturity, but I would say, but the biggest, probably main thing was the consistency.
The consistency for
Yeah.
sure.
So you could, it's funny how that works, right? If we do what we're supposed to do, we get the results.
Right.
Right. But a lot of times we're not, we either get, we have the highs and then we get complacent, when things are going very well.
Exactly. I was going to say, once you get, you're like, oh, things are going good. It's like, well, I got to do other stuff later. I'm just going to find other things that I like doing because I'm happy and things are going well. And then you hit the rut,
And then you scramble.
60 days later, you're like, oh, yeah, exactly. You scramble, like, I got to make something happen.
Right. And then something happens and then we're back up again.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's like the story of our lives, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
it's how do we find that peak state? I'll say as you want to just where you're consistent. You might not be at 100 miles an hour all the time. We can't, right?
No.
But you can be at 60.
I think, you have to find that level of optimal performance where you're not going to be burnt out, but you're still producing in a way that's meaningful for you. So.